Hey, this is Nettie with NettieJohnson.com. I hope everything is great with you. I'm doing this video to put a question out there for you to consider, and I'd love for you to comment if you are so led. What are you doing to sharpen your gift? So this came to mind to me last week, Tuesday through Friday night. I was in Kansas, and let me first say, living in Louisiana, I forget what winter feels like. It was so cold in Kansas. It was so cold to me in Kansas, but it all worked out. I was in warm company of about 12 other speakers and teachers. People from all over the nation. Some were male, some were female, some were older than me, some were younger than me. We all talked about different topics. We had different areas that were our niche of sharing when we speak and teach. But the commonality that we had is that everybody there truly felt that speaking and teaching was a calling and a gift that they had been granted, and that it was their responsibility to be out here developing and honing their gifts. And as such, we were all investing days and dollars to do that. Let me just talk about the training for a second. It was amazing. We identified elements of effective speaking and teaching. We unpacked those. But instead of just learning about it from lectures and activities, we actually spent a good bit of time demonstrating it, practicing it. And those skill practices, each one, we had abundant feedback. There was sharing about, what we did well, what we can do better next time. And then it went even yet a step further with specific planning of when, where, how we will employ these effective skills that we were developing, when we would put them in place to up-level our speaking and teaching, because we were all there to learn better so that we can do better with what God gave us to do. I'm a lifelong learner, so this kind of thing was like cloud nine for me, and I seek out these kind of opportunities a couple of times a year because, let's be honest, I enjoy them, right? But beyond that, I feel in my soul, not only feel, I know in my soul, that God gifted and called me to speak and teach to uplift others. That's a calling that is on my life. And I feel it is my duty, responsibility, and it's actually a joy for me to develop that so that I can do what God called me to do as effectively as I possibly can. Y'all, when God gives us a calling, He also gives us the equipping. The equipping matches the call, but here's the thing, equipping is not always passive. We have to do our part. So I ask you today, what is the gift that God has given you to impact the kingdom, to build up the kingdom? What has He given you? He didn't give you that gift for you to sit on and do nothing. He did not give you that gift to stagnate in by doing the same thing over and over and over. He gave you that gift with the expectation that you will sharpen it, that you will nurture it, that you will steward it well, that you will develop it. Because you know what? There are people that need what God has gifted you to do. So if you are active in nurturing and developing what God has gifted you to do, praise God, go ahead, keep it up. Pray for me and I'll pray for you. And if you can say with all honesty, I really have not been doing that, praise God anyway, that He gave you this gift, and then put some action behind that praise and start. Open your eyes to opportunities that are around you to develop what God has put in you and get to it. You can do it because God's got you. You take care. God bless. Be well. This is Nettie. Bye-bye.